Hello, welcome to Etor, and today we are going to look at how to develop a continuous assessment using what we have learned so far. So this is just what we want to achieve. So currently we have this, the name of the school, continuous assessment, and then the subject the subject you are recording, and then the total number of students and other function. And we have the individual test, which is 30%. We have the group exercise, which is 20%, and then we have individual test 2, which is 30, projects, homework, and also which is 20. All these will sum up to give us 100, and then you find 50% of the total. And then we have the end of term exam, which is also 100%, and you find 50% of it. When you are done, you add these two to give us overall, and then the grading is being done based on the overall. The position is also being done based on the overall mark, and then also the remarks are also given based on the grade. So if you have an A, you have an excellent. We use a grade for the remark, and then we use overall for both the grade and then the position. So let me just give us an example here. So if Sharon in the first test scored 15, and then in the group test she scored, say, 18, and the second class test, which is 30%, she scored 25. The project work, she scored 15. And during the exam, she scored, realize that Sharon scored 90. She's now the third because she has the second. So the system automatically grade everything for you. So that's what we'll be looking at, how to do it. So you enter the various marks. So let's do this again. Let's say Mina has, out of 30, Mina has 29. And by mistake, maybe you type in more than what should be typed. The system notify you that the value you have entered is wrong. So you should enter the right value, meaning that it must be 30 or below. So 29. And then 20. You enter 20%, you enter 22. The system will notify you. So we have 19. So once you are entering, the system is doing the grading and everything for you at once. So we have the class test 2, 16, project work, 10, end of exam, 71. So the system has already graded you as well. So that's what we are going to do very soon. So this is how simple it is. So we use this also as well. This is where the settings are. You can have a page for the settings. Yes, so without wasting much time, let's dive into it. So this is the template that we'll be using for this tutorial. So let's start by automating the numbering. So what we want to do is that anytime a name is being typed, the numbers or the code should automatically be generated for the student. So this is how we go by it. So equal to if this cell here is equal to nothing, give me nothing, else give me 1, meaning if there is nothing in this cell, it should be nothing. Nothing should be returned. Else, if there is something in it, there should be 1. So, opengo, there is 1 here. Now, when you come to the second coding, it's going to be a little bit different. So we say equal to if this cell here is equal to nothing, give me nothing. Else this cell here, else this cell here plus 1. So meaning if anything should be written here, 1 should be added to the previous value to give it 2. So I use this and I drag it down here. So berry, Etor, and bless. So you realize that the numbers are automatically coming. So you do the same thing for the girls as well. Okay, so now let's come to the total number of boys and then the total number of girls. So before then, let me do that of the girls and then I'll get back to you. I'll come back to this video. So we have a banner, then we have a here. So we are going to get the total number of boys and the total number of girls in the classroom. So in a class or those offering mathematics, equal to count A. This count the number of cells in a range that are not empty. So count A. So it's 5. So if realize that we have 4 here, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have delete 1. We have 3. So for the boys, we are going to do the same thing to them as well. So equal to count this. Yes, so the total should be this. Yes, so this is the total. The average is just half of the average. You can do that yourself. Give it a try. It's very simple. Now let's go to the scoring. So we want to put in a warning sign should someone or should you type a value which is more than this, the supposed value, it should be an error. So you tap on the cell, you go to data validation, and then you go to whole number, and then you go to between. So you want the number to be between 0 and then 30. So you enter that, you input the message that will appear, the notice, and then the error. So if someone should enter an error, if someone should enter a value which is not supposed to be, this is the error message that will appear. So you do the same thing for this one. You go to data validation. So because you have already done it, it's very simple, but that's the same idea. You go to data validation, you select whole number because you want a whole number here. The number should be between 0 and then 20. You put a error message, then you press OK. So you do the same thing. When you are done, you only drag it down. You do the same thing for all. So that's how simple it is. So the message you are seeing here is what we have inputted here. These messages that you are seeing, this is it. Yes. So the error message is when you enter more than what you are supposed to enter. Yes. So that is it with this. Okay. So the next thing is that where we are going to do the formula, where the formula is going to be. Okay. So where the formulas are going to be is what we are going to type here. Okay, so I'm going to type in the formula here. That is, I'm going to add all this here. So equal to, but before then, this is what I always do. If this cell here and we use this side and this cell here and not comma and this cell here and this cell here are equal to nothing, then Excel should give me nothing. That's the value if it is true. Else, then it should sum all this for me. Then you close the brackets, the number of times you have opened it. Then you press enter. So then when you come here, it's going to be equal to, if this cell here is equal to nothing, give me nothing. Else, give me 50%, that is 0.5, or you can even type the 50%. Give me this times this. But this is always going to be constant. So we are going to hold it, press F4 here to hold this particular cell constant. And then you press enter. So because you have already done it for this, we only use a fill handler to drag it down. You come here, you drag this also down. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing here. So equal to, if this one, this cell is equal to nothing, give me nothing. Else, multiply this constant by this. Yes. So now the overall is going to be the addition of this and then this. So we add this to give us the overall mark. So we have equal to this plus this. Yes, because we don't want this value. There's no value here, so it's giving us this error. So this is what we are going to do here. Equal to, if this is equal to nothing, then sum this and this, and then close the bracket. So that is the value if true. So if it is equal to nothing, then it should add this and this, comma. Else, if this side is equal to nothing, and give me the sum this and this, close the brackets, and the value if false will be sum this and this, close the bracket, enter. Yes. So because there's nothing here, and then there's nothing here, it's giving us 0. So you only hold this, and then you drag down. Okay, so up to this point, let's try and then enter the marks here, and then we'll continue with the grading and position and then the remark as well, because we will need the overall to be able to calculate for the grade, the position, and then the remarks. So Kupengo in the class called 25. It's giving me an error because it's supposed to be between 30, 0 and 30. I've entered a value which is more than the class test. So 25. In the group test, it's called 18. In the individual class test, this time it's called 27. The project work is called 15. And then in the exam it's called 85. So we'll say it has actually calculated and done everything for you. All you have to do is to enter your grade, your marks, and then the system does everything for you. So we are going to move to the grade, the position, and then the remarks as well. It's very simple. We are going to do that now. So with the grade, we have all the grade being set here. So if you have an 80 and above, you have an A. 70 and above, you have a B. So that's what we are going to input at the grade side. So let's start. So equal to, if this cell is equal to nothing, then give me nothing else. If in our previous video we learned how to do this, it's very simple. So we are just doing it again and again. So that's what we'll be using throughout. So if this cell is greater or equal to 80, and I hold the 80 constant, give me an A. I hold the A constant. That is a very issue. The value if false, I will start typing another. If this cell here is greater or equal to this, give me a B. I hold it constant. So that's what I'm going to be continuing doing. So when you get to value if false, you start with another if. Yes, so that's what you do throughout. So that's what you do for all the grades and then all the marks and then the grades that are available. When you get to the last value if false, that is when you select only one value if false, which is this, which will cut across for the value if false for all of them. So if all these values are not met, let's say the person had below 45, then it should be an F. Yes, so that is what I've done. So you press enter. You use this fill handler, you drag it across, and the system automatically grade the student. Yes, so you don't need to do it yourself. You only enter the marks, and then the grading is being done. Now we are going to move to how to do the ranking. The ranking, yes, we are going to move to how to do the ranking. The ranking is this, the first, how to rank it according to their overall marks, how to rank them. So that's what we'll be looking at. So with the ranking, it's very simple to do. So what we do is that you have a plain sheet, okay? As part of your settings, we are going to use this side to do the ranking as well. So the ranking is a formula, okay? So we have all these criteria here that are going to be ranked based on individual value. So 85.0 what is the rank of 85.0 in all this range? What is the value for, or the position for 92.5 in all this range? What is the value of 68 in all the range? So that's what we are going to do here. So this is how we do it. This cell, okay, is equal to nothing. They give me, sorry, it's equal to nothing and give me nothing. Else the rank, sorry, rank this cell, comma, the reference should be this in a descending order 0. When I'm done, I drag it down to this. So now you can see that you wouldn't see the position here yet. So first, you do the ranking in a different space, and then we are going to apply it here now. Okay, we are going to apply it using the VLOOKUP. Yes, we are going to use VLOOKUP to apply this rank here. So this is how we use a VLOOKUP here, equal to if. So let me use the if error here this time around. If error. So the value that we are going to look for. When you get to this section, we start typing this VLOOKUP. We are going to look up this value, okay, in this table here. So this is going to be the lookup values, okay. So if we look up this in this table, the table array should be this, and then you hold it constant. The value in this is 2 because you are looking for the first, second, third. You want to apply this, so it's going to be 2, comma, and then give me false here, and then you close the brackets. The number of times you open it. Okay. Now, because you have used the value, the if error, so we have the value if there is an error. So we can put in nothing, and then you close it. You can input anything to identify that there is an error, but I choose to leave it empty. So it's giving us third position here. So instead of 1, 2, 3, we're having this third, second, third. So this is the formula. This is going to be the lookup value. It's looking for this third in this table, and here is it here. What is the second value, which is 2, which is third. So it's looking, when it finds 3, it looks for it. Its corresponding value is third, and then give it to you here. So that is how simple it is. So it's the same thing. So when you are done, you really drag this down here, and then you get this. So there is an error that I need to correct. There's an error. Let me see. Okay, so the error was that now when you are referring to a range, okay, you always need to hold that range constant. So in the rank section, we haven't hold it, so we need to hold it. Use a F4 and hold it constant here, and then use it. So we can see we have 2 3s, and then 2 1s here, which is not correct. So this is the correct data now. So everything has changed. So this is the first, second, and then third. This is fourth, and this is fifth. So that is it. So always hold your range or your table constant. Or better still, you can name it, use a name here, and use a name in the formula. Yes. So the same way we have the VLOOKUP or the VLOOKUP, you can also name this table. You can name it and then use the name here to still work. Yes. So now let's do the remark. The remark is also simple. The same way we have done the grading system is the same way we use for the remark. So for the remark, equal to if, okay, if this cell is equal to nothing, give me nothing. Else, if this cell is equal to an A, and give me an excellent. And then I'm going to hold this one constant by pressing F4. And then so you give me excellent value if true, and I'm going to hold it constant. Else, if this cell is equal to this constant, give me this constant. So that's what I'm going to do throughout. Yes. So that is it. We are done with this as well. So I use a fill handler, drag up to the side, and it's giving you this remark. Yes, so you have 85, you are the second, but you have an excellent, you have an A. So let's say should Etor score 50 in an exam, realize that the remarks, the position will change, the grid will change, and everything will change. So this can be a template for you can always use. So the concept is very important. That is why we explained it in our previous video very well. So you can do this. I will upload this file, this particular one, and then you can do for the ladies or for the girls as well. So the concept is the same. Now, there's one thing we need to do also. We are not done. For the final bit, you realize that you cannot leave this. Okay. So there are formulas that need to be protected so that nobody will come in and delete it in future. So where there's a reason, there's a need for us to lock all where the formulas are. Yes. So this is how it's being done. So by default, all the cells in Excel, all the cells everywhere in Excel, the cells or the boxes in Excel are locked by default. They have locked them. So what happens is that where you want to, yes, they have locked them, but it is still working. Yes, there's a reason behind it that you find out soon. So all the cells in Excel, wherever, all these are all locked. So where you want to work, where you'll be entering the figures or where you'll be entering data, there will be a need for us to unlock those sections. So I'll select those sides. So I'll be entering this data manually here. There's no formula here. So I'll select this because I'll be entering here. So I have to unlock it. So I go to right click. I go to format cells. You go to protection. You see it is being locked. So I will unlock it. When you click this section 2, because I'm going to enter a formula there. I'm not going to enter a formula there. You are going to enter the value there. So you have to unlock that section too. And then I think that's all. So where you'll be entering the values, like this side, you have to unlock it. These sections, you have to unlock it yourself. Now when you are done with the unlocking, when you are done with everything, mostly we hide this because you don't want anybody to know that there is something here. So you just right click and then you go to hide. When you want to unhide it, you select the two and then you unhide. Yes. So now when you are finished locking everything, you go to data. You go to review. Yes, you go to review and then you see protect sheet. You click on it. You click on protect sheet. And then you see this. So let me go through again. After unlocking, where you'll be entering the data, after unlocking it, you go to review, you go to protect, and then you have this. Now, that's all is asking you password to unprotect the sheet. So you can enter a password so that nobody can have a look at the formula you are entering. But one thing about this formula, this password, is you can't recover it. Once you have forgotten, you have forgotten. So it's asking you protect this worksheet and content of locked cells. Mind you, the ones that we have not unlocked become locked. So allow all users of this worksheet to what? To select locked cell, to select unlocked cell. Okay. So I want to allow users to select unlocked cells where we have unlocked, so that the ones that are locked, we'll put a password on it. Yes. So allow users to, when you are done, you can give it your password or you can leave it like that. You can also select all this. But for now, I am only in need of this, so I select this. And then that's all. So you realize that you can only tap on this. You can't tap on where the formulas are or where you have not unlocked. You can't do anything. So your formulas are protected. Yes, your formulas are protected for you. So you can't do anything here. So you can only enter the grades, the marks, and the names. Yes. So if you want to undo it, you just go and then click on it. You can now select this. Always select this after unlocking. Check this after unlocking the Excel sheet. So we are done with this. In the next video, we'll look at something amazing. Thank you for watching.